Have you ever wanted to use a slider input type in a GoHighLevel form or survey, but you couldn't figure out how to do it? Well, you're not alone. Sliders are a fantastic way of setting predetermined upper and lower bounds, guiding user input, and making the user experience more interactive and intuitive. Stick around, because today I'm going to show you how to do it. Before we dive in, let's talk about why you might want to use a slider in the first place. From a sales psychology perspective, sliders are incredibly powerful. By setting upper and lower limits, you can guide your customers to make choices within a desired range. This not only helps in collecting more accurate data, but also subtly influences their decision-making process. Imagine you're asking for a budget range. Instead of leaving it open-ended, a slider can help frame the options, making it easier for the customer to decide within the range you're targeting. This approach can lead to better quality leads and more precise targeting in your sales efforts. And that's what we're going to build today. So our first step, because we are capturing data, we need a field inside of GHL to store that data for us. So by doing that, let's go to our settings. Scroll down in the left menu to custom fields. And I already have a couple custom fields made here. We've got one titled Project Budget and one titled Project Timeline. We're going to add these to our form today, but I'll show you how I created them. In the upper right-hand corner, click Add Field. Because sliders deal in numbers, we're going to use a number value for our field type. Click Next. And let's name our field. And we can add any additional information that we want here. Generally speaking, this is going to be added to a contact, not an opportunity, but it can certainly apply to an opportunity as well. And click Save. Now that we have our field, let's go back to our form. Let's start by adding the custom fields that we created earlier. So we have one for Project Budget and one for Project Timeline. Now, let's add two HTML fields, one for each custom field. Excellent. Now let's add some code. I have some pre-written code here that I'll copy from my other screen. This is available through my website. You can find the link in the description below. The code comes in three parts. First part is the CSS, or the styling. Second part is the HTML. And the third part is a JavaScript function that transfers the data from the slider field that is created in the custom code to the custom field that we just added to our form. So we'll save that. And we'll do the same thing for our project timeline code. Perfect. Now let's preview our form. GHL will always give you an alert like this when you're doing custom coding. You can select Don't Show It Again if it bothers you. Excellent. Our fields are looking beautiful. Now we need to grab the unique identifier that GHL uses for the project budget and the project timeline fields. So let's right-click. I'm using the Brave browser, but all browsers have some level of dev tools that will allow you to do this. We're going to use our Select tool. I'm going to come down here and hover over our project budget field. And you can see in the HTML that we have a ID right here. I'm going to copy that and save it. And then we're going to look for the unique identifier for the project timeline field. We'll double click and copy that as well. Excellent. Now that we have those, let's go back to our form. Let's open up the code for the project budget field, and we're going to scroll down into the JavaScript at the bottom. Look for the spot that says enter custom field here. Going to copy our code for project budget and paste that in. Be sure to have that exact. Save our field. Now let's do the same thing for our project timeline unique identifier. Scroll down to the bottom, look for enter custom field here. I'm going to paste that in, click save. Now let's save this, and let's see what this looks like in our form again. Select preview. There, we can see that when we adjust our slider, it changes the amount that is entered in the project budget field. But we obviously don't want to have two fields here on the form. That doesn't look super great. So let's go back to our form builder, select our project budget field, and we're going to hide that. Same thing with project timeline. And click save. Now, just because we can see the number update in our form doesn't mean that it's going to save. There are two separate JavaScript functions in the code, and both have to work correctly for our data to be saved when the form is submitted. Let's preview our form again. And let's do a submission. There, we did our form submission. So let's close that tab, and let's go back to our submissions tab inside of GoHighLevel to see if the data saved correctly. And here's our most recent form. We can see our project budget of $22,000 and our project timeline of 12 weeks were both saved. And there you have it. We've added a slider input to our GoHighLevel form, and it's the same process for surveys. If you found this tutorial helpful, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more content on mastering high level and other digital tools. If you'd like the code used in today's tutorial, it's available for free on our website. Just use the link in the description to request it. And if implementing this code is a little bit more technical than you may be comfortable for, or there's customizations you want that aren't covered in today's video, don't worry, I've got you covered. You can contact me directly on my website. This is what I do, helping businesses take their tech to the next level. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.